Deep connections tether the Tsay Keh Dene to Keh Dene, or animals, who they share the territory with in connection to the land. Keh Dene not only means animal, but is also understood as life. The Tsay Keh Dene do not just coexist with Keh Dene. They learn from them, survive because of them, and recognize their health as a reflection of their own. Among the Keh Dene, Khada, or moose, holds a place of prominence. Khada represents not just a source of sustenance and resources, but also wisdom, carrying significance in social and ceremonial contexts since time immemorial. The Tsay Keh Dene language illustrates a deeper meaning for the holistic relationships between the Tsay Keh Dene, the ecosystem, and all of its inhabitants, including the Keh Dene and Khada. There is an interconnectedness between all things and an implied reciprocity to support one another. Following the rhythm of the seasons and the life cycles of the plants and animals they relied upon, the Tsay Keh Dene moved across the land as stewards and protectors, with family units managing different areas of the territory. This ancient practice of sustainability ensured a balanced and thriving ecosystem that would, in turn, provide for the people. Continuous observations and communication with the people most familiar with an area were key practices to maintaining this balance. However, the delicate balance has been disrupted over time. First-hand observations and knowledge passed down through generations provide an understanding of how the landscape has changed over time, how the ecosystem has responded, and how both Keh Dene and the Tsay Keh Dene have adapted. In the late 19th century, Wadzi populations began to decline in north-central British Columbia, and Khada began to be observed. By the 20th century, moose replaced caribou as the primary sustenance species for the Tsay Keh Dene, and this remains true to this day as caribou continue to disappear from the land. In 1968, the provincial government completed construction of a hydroelectric dam on the Peace River without the consultation or consent of the Tsay Keh Dene. 1,773 square kilometers of pristine valley bottom was flooded, including wetlands and river complexes once inhabited by thriving populations of Khada. The cumulative effects of continued and unchecked resource development, increased hunting pressure, and climate change triggered an imbalance and a failing of ecosystem health over the next 5 decades. The Tsay Keh Dene watched Khada struggle to adapt to these changes. They became harder to come by and were no longer found in areas they had occupied historically. In 2019, the province of British Columbia determined that Khada in some areas of Tsay Keh Dene territory had declined by up to 70% over a 7-year period. The greatest loss occurred in an area with the highest road density and rate of forest harvest. But the cause of the decline was formally undefined. The Tsay Keh Dene are not mere spectators of these changes. following 3 traditional laws. Take only what is needed, share with everyone, and respect all things. They've emerged as stewards of their land, defenders of the Keh Dene, assuming their responsibilities is passed down from their ancestors. The future of the Tsay Keh Dene, Hadda, and indeed all Keh Dene hangs in the balance, a poignant reminder of the departure from traditional ways. It is time to rekindle these age-old laws and practices in an effort to protect and sustainably manage all Keh Dene, lest we forget the lessons inscribed in the very language of the Tsay Keh Dene.